some stuff. So, your new, or your CD, talk to me. How'd you guys get together?
We met in high school. It was really weird. There were a good amount of people rapping in our school. I was not one of those people, but Sketch was. And it kind of forced me to rap later on. We just hung out. He had a studio in his basement. And we were always hanging out, eating pizza, like chilling and stuff. And he would be recording. And I thought, man, that was cool. So I tried it, and I sucked. He was like, nope, not going to stop now. We're just going to keep recording. And yeah, here we are.
And what have you guys been doing around town?
You want something about that?
Well, right now, we're just pumping out music. Like, follow me at God of Hip Hop on Instagram or Twitter or anything. Dropping freestyles all the time. Same with his plug. We just working that. We got some. That's your news, but we got some shit. We got some shit in the works. Tez might touch on that coming up. But like right now, we're feeding the streets with just straight music. I got another on Valentine's Day. I dropped a solo mixtape. Dropped a freestyle last week. Couple freestyles a couple weeks before that. I even redid Selena Gomez.
Oh, I want it.
Oh, it's amazing.
I want it. I want it. I need it. I want it. So, see, you can't come on the show and talk about stuff like that. You have to come with everything. So, that's something that we've talked a lot about on the show, because on our show, it's typically heavy metal or hip-hop. There's really no in-between on this show. Like, I love my heavy metal and I love my hip-hop. So, you guys have, I still feel like your sound, straight up 90s.
That's dope.
That's good.
Like no matter how you
good.
call it, your
like
sound, like your sound is straight up 90s, and that's what I appreciate from the first moment that I heard what was sent to my inbox. And then, so you know, you can all image little white K-Hub driving in Eddie Blue, the little Kia in Troy, Michigan, in the community at 8 o'clock in the morning on the day job, reviewing music for the show and playing your music.
Nice.
And yes, and the man in the little Maserati looking, and the little lady in the Mercedes-Benz kind of looking, but it's catchy, and it's something that, it's catchy, it straight up sounds like it's from the 90s, and so to me it holds like that sound. It's something that I want more of. So what is it that, what was the influence that really, like, for each of you, gave you that sound and that drive, like, of where you wanted your music to go?
For me, I always listened to like 90s hip hop coming up. My dad played bass, and he rapped when he was younger and stuff like that. He had like probably 2 songs, but he mostly like focused on recording like other stuff. And he worked with D12 and a few other people, and I was always like around that. And I was just to it, but I never thought I was gonna start making music until I was about 16 or 17 or so. Started like writing and recording stuff, but the inspiration just comes from like I always thought it was cool. Like it inspires people, saves lives, you know. It puts you in a whole different place. Like there's a mood, there's a song for every mood that you can be in. And I was like, I want somebody to vibe to one of my moods. Like that would be really tight. And that's pretty much what I make mood music, you know.
I can agree with that. So, no, and I can appreciate that, because you're right. There's music. I was trying to explain this to my 9-year-old the other day, because he loves music. But when you hear that song on the radio and you instantly remember where you were at, where you came from, what you were doing, and
even what you were thinking at that moment.
Yes, and so it was Prince, and we were driving, and I don't even know what station it was, but it was Prince, probably a Pandora station, and so I started telling her the 80s and Prince and the music and the, you know, the pop and everything, and then the hip hop. We schooled him one day, just watching YouTube videos, Run DMC, and all kinds of things like that. The children don't understand what we had growing up and the influences that you guys had growing up when you were making your music. You know, it's definitely something that I feel like it's heard through what you guys are doing, so especially when you're feeling the mood. So how do you feel like your music is going to change hip-hop?
Well, to kind of piggyback off the last question, anytime I approach any music, I don't like putting that kind of pressure on myself. It's like Tez said, like strictly music, so I never really look to the influence that others might have on me as far as musically, to just try to create my own just timeless kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
even though I'm more so a punchline rapper, I never do the pop cultural things because that kind of puts a timestamp on what I'm trying to be timeless with my music. So
Music has no timestamp.
it does when you rap about pop culture.
Or
You know what I
like
mean?
you're gonna
2
party
years,
like it's 1990.
yeah, like 2 years later, somebody's bringing up like, you know, a Mali punchline. Like, all right, come on, let's
Yeah, that's true.
doesn't translate.
Yeah.
See, that's why you're the rappers.
I don't think it's really about like changing hip hop. Like it's gonna change. It always changes.
You can't define it.
Yeah, like
No.
4 years ago, everybody was wearing giant T-shirts and stomping and leaning and rocking in clubs and stuff, and that was like the hot thing. And now everybody's clothes fit, and they're even the rappers with the big chains. They got smaller chains now, and like you can't understand what they're saying because it's drug music.
Or those
You know,
idiot.
it all changes.
What the hell is that guy? His face looks all crazy and he's wearing like skinny jeans and like.
You talk, Young Thug.
Yeah.
That's my guy. That's my dude.